All right. All right. I don't really know how to start this. I wish I could do something flamboyant. I unfortunately don't have a lot of time, though. Today, April 24th, when this comes out, Oinkcraft is finally turning 7, which is so weird. The other day, this was first brought to my attention. Someone was in the staff chat was like, "Oh, isn't the anniversary soon?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And then I was like, "Hey, let me go check the initial invoice on MC Pro Hosting." And then it was like, April 24th, 2012. And it really 7 years, man. That's a long time. I want to do like a brief history of Oink, sort of. I remember when I discovered Minecraft when I was like probably 9 or 10. Rediscovered it, like it started gaining traction when I was like 11 or 12, and so I started making these local servers so me and my friends could play on it, like from school and stuff. And then one of my friends was like, "Oh, you should like put the IP on Planet Minecraft." And at that point, if you put the IP on Planet Minecraft, there weren't that many servers, so like you get like 20 people just joining all at once. Eventually, there were some people who kept coming back, so I would try to keep the server up, open on the laptop that I had at home. We had a MacBook for everyone in the house. That couldn't stay up 24/7, so I made a schedule. I would use my allotted time, because I used to be like, oh, after 2 hours, no more. Like, I'd get timed out in the Mac. So, eventually, it was April vacation for school, and I was going to go to the Grand Canyon, which I hiked all the way down, all the way back up. And I remember thinking like, oh shoot, I can't keep the server up. Like if it goes down, I won't have any way to put it back up. So that was when I first bought the 24/7 hosting from like the only host at the time, MC Pro Hosting. They sponsored like all the YouTubers and stuff, so I'd heard about it. And I paid like $6 or something for that first month. And then I paid a bunch more for various things, like different hosting, and I kind of went wild with it for a little while. And then we got our first donation, and then things just spiraled on from there. We ended up going from MC Pro Hosting to... I cheaped out to get some other hosts, and then... I don't know. I don't want to do a full history, obviously. But, like, that's how we started. And to think that, like, that was 7 years ago, it really hits me. Because, like, 2012, like, yeah, that makes sense. But 7 years ago. I also want to just give a quick shout out to the Colgate crew. You guys know who you are. You guys put together a really cool, like, Rube Goldberg-type machine. And Oz brought me into a call that was, like, talking about the spawn for Towny, and then I figured something was up, but I wasn't quite sure, and then he said teleport here, and I was like, okay, he's just going to show me something random. And then he was there, and a bunch of other people who worked, and I thank you guys so much. That was such a cool thing. And I have some of the footage from Oz. I'm not going to include it in this video, but yeah, just thank you so much. That was really awesome. I appreciate it. It really does hit me, and I really wanted to do something special, and so the last week or so I've been cramming Towny, and I was like, okay, if it had been released today, it would have had all the features done, but one of them wouldn't have been thoroughly alpha tested, and we'd still have some polishing to do, so admin commands, permission management, stuff like that, which I could probably get done over the next week or two. Yesterday, the 23rd, someone posted on everything, hey, RIP Mark, and I was like, oh no, this has to be a joke. And 1.14 came out, which is both a blessing and a curse. So Towny is not going to be coming out today, unfortunately, which would have been such an awesome anniversary thing. But it will be coming out. Let me look at this calendar right quick. We're going to aim for the weekend of May 4th. Now, if we were ready to update to 1.14 right now, then it would definitely be May 4th. There are some things we have to rely on. So if all were to go to plan, everything worked out ideally, Towny would be out May 4th. You guys would be able to publicly beta test it. It would be in beta. There's still like a feature that I need to collect data from the public server for to actually work on. And I'll get to the features in Towny in just a moment. So in an ideal world, we'd have 1.14 and Towny on May 4th. Unfortunately, we're waiting for Spigot to update. Spigot is what the server runs on. And it's not exactly the same version as Minecraft. So when Minecraft updates, servers don't quite update at the same time. It is in the developmental phase, so plugins can start being worked on. I can start transferring Towny over to 1.14. I can probably get the testing server onto 1.14 to get people testing things, but main big servers, there's probably going to be a lot of issues with that developmental build. So, that being said, in an ideal world, Spigot would be updated by around early May, and Towny would be, fully tested, we'd be fully polished by the time May 4th rolls around, or something like that, so that we can get Towny out with 1.14. We don't have to reset the world. We don't have to worry about people losing things. Like in that reset, for example, if we started it before 1.14 came out, then we'd end up having to more or less reset the world just because all that new stuff that's generated, the whole villages and per biome thing, that's the ideal world. May 4th, Towny, 1.14. in one beautiful combination of release on Oinkcraft. In terms of Towny, because it's not coming out today, unfortunately, I thought I would read out all the features because I was so excited for it to get uploaded. Hey, Blue Jay Pudding just messaged me. I want to go over all the features of Towny, pretty much. You know, the original reason I didn't tell anybody about features and stuff was because I didn't want to raise any expectations. I didn't want people to all of a sudden throw suggestions at me and I'd be bombarded by questions. You know, it's not that many people, but can still be quite a bit. Just to give a little history, I wrote 4 civilizations in about a month and a half, I believe, and that was a bomb, as people know. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get Towny out by the end of December then. No. And I'm glad that didn't happen. I barely worked on it throughout January, and then it picked up in February, slowed probably toward the end of February, beginning of March, and now it's picked back up again. And as I showed the picture earlier, this past week has been quite the crime. I'm going to go down the alphabetical list, so bear with me here. But an overview is that we're going for a peaceful survival world, if you don't know what Towny is. Essentially, take vanilla survival and add features to it. But if you've ever, heard of those popular SMP, survival multiplayer, there's going to be no griefing, no stealing. If someone griefs your land or something, we will roll it back. But all those rules and stuff I'll explain at a later date. I really want to get to the features because I think that's what's exciting about this. So, it'll be no PvP, so one of our features is an arena PvP area. It's a very basic PvP. You click a join sign, you have 2 players join, there's a quick countdown, and you guys can go at it. Things will take damage, armor will take damage. In Towny, there's not much reason to make like Prot 4 armor or something, because you're not going to be dealing with people with more armor. You're never going to be in a fight, actually. But in order to show off your gear, work on enchantments, custom enchantments I'll get to in a moment. You can show them off in the arena with other players, with your friends. All PvP will be enabled if 2 of you are in the arena. Artifacts. So artifacts are like custom items pretty much. For example, we have the jackhammer, which is a pickaxe that upon hitting 1 block, it breaks a 3x3 area around it. There's essentially like special items with bonus features. One of them is a potato. It's called a health shifter, so it switches your food saturation and your health. The gravity shifter gives you float for a few seconds. And then we have the destructoid, which creates an explosion around you. I'm actually really excited. Those are the only 4 I have done so far. I pretty much have the structure done, so implementing a new one's relatively easy. But next, Better Sleep. Pretty much, this is a plugin that exists, which is why the feature is called Better Sleep. You need 50% or more of the players in the Towny world. If they go to bed at night, it will turn day. So if there's 4 people online, you need 2 or 3 people. Bundles. So bundles is going to be one of the main things about Towny that differs from things like factions or what Towny was in the past. Pretty much, our currency in Towny is going to be called Towny tokens, which I've hinted to before. They're these emeralds with special names and special enchants that you carry around with you to use as your currency. So, for example, a bundle is sort of like a kit. I just wanted to think of a different name for it. It's kind of based on the idea in Stardew Valley where you have like different seasonal bundles, so that when you go to spawn, there will be a starter bundle you can buy for 2 tokens. There's going to be a beta tester bundle, so it's going to only be available while Towny is in like 2 or 3 weeks of beta. I'm intending for Towny to be fully released by June latest. Beta is just work out the kinks and get the bank system working, which I won't get into because that's the one feature I'll have to work on. I want to collect data from you guys first. That sounds like Google. I'm sorry. Don't take that the wrong way. The idea behind Towny tokens is, like in factions, you make farms, you get more money. That's one of the things in factions. But I really want to avoid that concept in Towny. So we won't start by being able to sell anything, but you will start with a few tokens. There will be ways to get more tokens, which as I read these features out, you'll understand. Like winning an arena PvP. The point is that you get tokens by doing things as opposed to selling things. So you can buy like a wood bundle for 1 token, and tokens will have a high value. So it'd be like 8 stacks of wood for 1 token. And pretty much the idea is that tokens will let you buy time. So instead of going out into a forest and chopping down a crap ton of trees, you can buy it. Or you can buy armor bundles or mineral bundles or mining bundles. These bundles will have artifacts in them. For example, one of the bundles I'll be coming up with is called the mining bundle. You'll get a helmet that gives you night vision, a pretty fast pickaxe, and a nice shovel. Probably a few other things like TNT and stuff. But that'll be available like every once in a while. That'll be like rotated out with something else, like the swimming bundle. I won't get into that one because I could go on about bundles. I think you get the idea. I'm trying to explain the bundles and the economy at the same time, but it's not really working out. But hopefully you get what I mean. The Towny tokens are physical currency, just to say that again. You have to carry them around with you. If you die, keep inventory is on, so you don't have to worry about losing them that way. But like you could drop them, they could despawn. Clans. So clans is not factions. But let's say you use your region claims. Again, you don't have to. If you get griefed or things get stolen, we will inform you who stole them. Clans are essentially ways that you can make clans with players. You can't name them or anything. They don't show up outside of your name like factions do, but there is a clan chat. But pretty much it's you just invite people to your clan and you can only be in one clan at once. And these people can build in your regions. There's no like ranks within the clans. It's just you're either a clan owner or a member. The only difference between owner and member is that the owner can add and kick people and disband the clan. Custom enchants. We have a bunch of custom enchants in the making. Thank you to like Triple Staff, Lord Schmender, Gaster. A bunch of people have been recommending awesome ideas. And like with the artifacts, the whole structure is done, so adding them is pretty easy. I've told Tech and Zaf how to do it. For example, we have the jumping boots, levels 1 through 3, gives you a jump boost when you wear them, obviously. There's the conversion enchantment, so when you get hit, there's a either 10 or 20% chance that the damage turns into health for you, which in Towny is super nice. Explosive arrows on your bow, that's the other enchantment I was missing. So when you shoot, the arrows will explode. It won't destroy terrain, but it will do damage. Loot drops. So loot drops, pretty much every random increment of time between a chest will drop somewhere and the message will be sent to everyone on the server and into a Towny related Discord chat channel that says that a loot chest has dropped between these coordinates and these coordinates, and the range is like 16 to 30 or something. Tokens, different tiers of items. Someone put together a really big list. All right, portals, nether portals. You can make a nether portal to get to the nether. Every single portal made will teleport to the same portal in the nether. And the nether will be there, as will the end. The nether will reset probably every month or so. People go in there for quartz and then leave. So just so people don't have to venture so far out to get good stuff, we'll be resetting that every once in a while. Regions, already mentioned, you can make region claims. This works like the factions claiming by chunks. You'll start out with 8 claims. And again, these aren't necessary. You don't need them because, again, if someone griefs your stuff, we will roll it back. We will tell you like who took it and whatnot, and we can check that. So don't lie, because that just annoys us and wastes everyone's time. And then ruins. Ruins is gonna be. It's currently the feature I'm wrapping up. Hopefully today. Hopefully tomorrow. The last one that I was gonna get out for today and cram in, but I'm taking some more time on it. Pretty much. In the future, I want to get these randomly generated throughout the world, but for now, at spawn, we'll have like 4 or 5 different ruins, and essentially, it's a mobarena dungeon sort of deal. There will be multiple levels per dungeon. Per ruin. So level 1 will be 10 zombies, and you get skeletons. At the end, there's a boss battle. Essentially, a skeleton with like extra health that does a ton of damage, and when you kill that skeleton, you might get an explosive arrows bow, and there might be a loot drop at the end or something like that. We do have some other features planned, but I'm not going to say anything about those because I don't want to make any promises. But that is what you can expect from Towny. Thank you everybody for 7 years of Oinkcraft. This server, albeit small, has actually changed my life because Minecraft has introduced me to animation. The server itself is the reason why I started programming and is why I'm majoring in computer science at this point. Created strong connections, Tom, Zaf, like from outside of Minecraft, and made stronger ones inside of Minecraft. Unfortunately, not all of them. Many of my friends were made through Minecraft, and many of those bonds were kept or strengthened because of Oinkcraft. Learning how to be a community manager has been great, and I feel like I've been stepping a bit more into that role because I was inactive for a long time, but with Discord, I'm hopping on the server a little bit more. I really want to be more active, I promise. Like that Towny video series, I'm really excited for that. Overall leadership skills, learning how to talk to people, dealing with donations. And again, the server is going to be up for I think like 29 months, assuming we don't get any more donations and we keep the same price. But yeah, thank you everybody for, sticking through the 1.12 to 1.13 drought, sticking through the 1.13 drought when I deleted the factions world and the Towny world. And 4 Civilizations was a bomb. Thank you to everyone who really put in work. Oz, CJ, Wildcard, Link being the leaders on that. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Maybe one day it'll return. But future plans include factions. Committee has gotten together. The planning has begun. Parkour world becoming a parkour and puzzle world. I totally forgot. With Towny, cosmetics are coming out. Tech put together an awesome cosmetic plugin that I'll keep adding to as well. So with Towny and 1.14, you guys will have cosmetics. So thank you everybody for an awesome 7 years so far. Here's to, I don't think we're gonna make 7 more, but here's to at least 1 more, and to an awesome 2019 for Oinkcraft, Towny, factions, puzzle, parkour, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Don't forget to ask me any questions if you have not joined Oinkcraft already and for some reason are at this part of this video. Join us at play.redstoneoinkcraft.com and don't check out our website because that's another project to be done soon that I haven't touched at all. Bye.